What's up, gang? So, some technique advice for our Tuesday kind of PVC or at-home weightlifting stuff. We'll try a little bit of a snippet video instead of the full workout as we go through it here. So, two different ways to tackle some snatch technique. We're going to go the uber slow route and the control element, and then we're going to flip it out on its head, and we're going to go for some speed here. And then one is going to kind of inform the other. So the two moves we're going to play with are a snatch press to an overhead squat, which is the slow and controlled one, and then we're going to do a snatch balance, which is the speed and kind of quickness thing here, and I'll show you what I'm looking for. So this helps if you have video or maybe a mirror where you can watch yourself, but I think video is nice for review. And you can go through this several iterations. I'm going to suggest sets of 10 of each of these, at least one round, but if you wanted to get a good full technique warm-up on it, I'd say shoot for 3 rounds. But here's what it looks like. You start with some PVC. You're going to get your feet in what feels like a really good overhead squat stance. So if you need to do a few overhead squats to get that feeling down, by all means do it. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 10 seconds, 1-0, to try and lower ourselves from this behind the neck position into the bottom of an overhead squat. And the entire time we're looking to have good tension, good control through your entire body. As you do this, you want to start on tension. So you're pulling the shoulder blades down and back, squeezing your belly, squeezing your butt. And I'm going to press myself from this shoulder support position into an overhead squat. Try and narrate it as I go, but ideally we want this to take you about 10 seconds to get to the full bottom position, and then you'll stand up. Where the video or where the mirror comes in handy is ideally this bar doesn't really go up or down, it just kind of is suspended in place, and I'm pressing myself, into this position. So as you watch the video or as you watch the mirror, that bar, that pipe should remain in the same spot the whole time. So I'm tight, and I'm going to press and squat simultaneously. So my arms are pressing up as my body drops down until I get to the full depth squat. Like I said, we're going to do that 10 reps in a row. So if you do a true 10-second lower for 10 reps, it's 100 seconds under tension where you're really grooving this pattern both in your hips, in your shoulders, in through your torso, like everything that's required to support yourself underneath the bar. And by that point, you should be pretty well established as far as where your feet are going to be for an overhead squat. And that's how we inform the second piece. You see I have some chalk here. If you have some sidewalk chalk at home, I want you to just trace a little outline on the outside of each foot. So we know where our feet want to hit or land when you're doing an overhead squat. Then I'm going to have you bring both feet in to about underneath your hips, so just like a standard standing position, or maybe what you would deadlift or what you pull from the ground on a snatch. And we'll just make a note here as well. So what we're going to try and do is begin in this narrow kind of hip position, and we want to land exactly in the footprint of our squat stance when we do these snatch balances. And the snatch balance starts the same place that the last row does and ends the same place, but instead of going slow and controlled, we're actually going to drop and as quickly as we can punch into this overhead squat position. So I'm going to get up onto my toes, my belly and my butt are nice and tight, and I'm going to try and drop into an overhead squat. And I want to look. Did I land in my foot position? In my case, I came forward a little bit, and then maybe I was a little bit wide on my left foot. So we want to use these marks to hold ourselves accountable and see if we can't start to nail it with a little more accuracy. So I'll try it again. Everything's nice and tight. I'm going to get up onto my toes and try and drop. A little bit better. Probably doesn't help to narrate it as you go, but you get the idea. Easy to, like I said, review on the video, or we have these hard markings on the floor now where when I land I can see, was I accurate? Let's try it one more time. Everything's tight. Pretty good drop. Not exactly on, but darn near close for what I'm looking for. Again, you're looking for maybe sets of 10, but every single rep is very focused, very accurate, trying to work on speed. And if you do review the video, when you go for these drops, again, the bar is not really pressing up, or the pipe's not pressing up. You're dropping down as your arms extend, so this should almost just kind of hover in space as you drop into your locked out overhead support position. So give it a shot, tackling some snatch technique and position from the slow, from the fast perspective, and have some fun.